So it's been a really hot summer here in Graz, like throughout Europe. So it's been delayed to do part 2, and finally I've actually finished the darkroom sink project and I'm ready to use this mammoth of a sink. Now if you haven't seen part 1, that's where I actually construct the sink, sing Bohemian Rhapsody, but in part 2 I'm actually doing the epoxy, how to do the plug hole, and just finishing it off, and I show what I can do with the sink, the layouts and the different setups with this mammoth sink that I have here in the background. So watch the video, I go through all the steps, and yeah, if you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. Hopefully I'm able to answer them. This is my personal darkroom sink. It's meant to do a particular purpose. It's not meant to be a finesse woodwork project, certainly not, but it's certainly meant to work as a solid darkroom sink, well sealed, well capable of being chemical resistant for alternative photography, traditional photography, whatever you're doing. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Do let me know. And let's begin. The new darkroom sink is ready. Let's see how solid this thing is. To see how solid the sink is, you need to get in it and you need to jump around and act a little crazy. This is well and truly solid. Just to give you an idea of the size of it, you can lie in it. Probably could sleep in it too. So I've got a jumbo, a couple of trays. These are 8 by 10 trays or 24 by 18 centimeters. 16 by 20 prints in this guy, or 50 centimeters by 40. We can put 1, 2. We can put another 2 here. So you can see this sink really can fit a lot. So I can do my negatives in here as well. So I've got 2 trays, 3 small trays. I could take this out, put in a print washer. So let's do another configuration. I can put my print washer here, which there will be a video on this print washer and how this works once I finish it up and get this whole sink going. So as you can see, that could be another big configuration. So plenty of flexibility in this darkroom sink. I'm absolutely thrilled to use it. So I can do massive prints with it, up to 60 by 60, 60 by 50, which is, what is that in inches, 20 by 24 could be. So it's well capable. Webbing here, or this is kind of a glass fiber webbing. This is about 5 meters by 1 meter, and that'll cover the entire sink here. I have my epoxy resin. I have, I think, 4.5 liters or kilos. Yeah, it's kilos in this thing. But before I actually get ready to do my epoxy resin, I need to do the plumbing part. I need to actually get a hole in the bottom of the sink, and that's what I've been working on right here. I made this, I have a hole cut out and then I routed around it. It kind of works. Then I actually got a proper cutout which matches the hole, which matches the plug hole perfectly. I used it on my Bosch drill here. Those bits you can get anywhere. You can buy them on Amazon. So once I got that sorted, I needed to route around it. So that's where I needed my router here, and I have a bit to do that. That's in there. I'll show you what that bit looks like, because I have a box of bits. I'm using this one here, which is called a roundover. You can see that there, and it's a roundover 12.7 millimeters. I guess you could use a roundover 10 millimeter. So once I got the hole drilled, I routed around it to spread it out so that that plug hole can just sink right in. Then I use my little mini sander here and to just smoothen it out. Now that's my first go of it, which would be actually acceptable, but I'm going to have another go with it before I actually get on and actually do the one in the sink. I'll probably put the hole in the sink first, and then when I'm confident enough with using the router here, because I'm not an expert in this thing, and then I will bring the router over to the sink and have a crack at it. Well, that's the little thing I'm going to be putting into it. When you're building your darkroom sink, it's up to you what type of plug hole you want to put into it, but I would definitely recommend the simplest possible, especially for when you want to do your plumbing here. And this is the plumbing kit I have. It's about, I think this is about 10 euros. And I think there's another bit that comes with it, which is kind of a flexible one. Best to go to the hardware store, take a picture of your pipe, where you want to plug it into, and get advice from them, or get a plumber to do it. But it isn't really that hard. It's just don't get a complicated plug hole by any means. It's only a darkroom sink, for goodness sake. So to do the router, you need the glasses. You don't want some of that stuff getting in your eyes. So router is set up. You can see it in here. It makes a hell of a lot of noise. So we're going this way. So let's see if it works. That looks pretty good. I could actually go down a little bit more, but that's pretty good. Wow, it's so hot down here. But I'm laying out my fiberglass. I'm going to use some duct tape just to keep it flat before I actually do my fiberglass. So, you're gonna have rubber gloves for this one. Yep. Do not use epoxy without rubber gloves. So I've just got a container here. I've got scales. I'm just going to put my container on it. Set it to 0. 450 in there, right? 450. Okay. 228. Don't tell anyone I went over. I'm gonna have to mix that up. Gloves again. So let's get something to mix that, and then I'm ready to paint. I'm going to dip this in, and I'm just going to paint it on. You can see that where I've already put the epoxy on. So I'm going to get on with this. Going to put some music on and see how we go. So it's now the morning. I'm having a look at this darkroom sink. See how it turned out, and it's looking really, really nice. My edges are done really well. Got a good feeling. It's definitely going to need a good 12 hours setting. It needs 24 hours in total before you even just consider putting the next coat on, so it really hardens. Now I've used duct tape to just keep it up. Probably better to use pins, because when you peel that stuff off, it kind of, you know, wrecks your fiberglass, and it kind of, so don't use too much of that. It's just so it doesn't fall over and keeps it nice and straight. And looking at the edges, it looks pretty well. So very, very happy of how the sink is turning out at the moment. Definitely going to need another coat, and I'm going to then do my filler. I have to do my filler along the edges here. I might have to see how that, there's just a little bits that I need to look after, but most of it, if not all of it, is absolutely bang on, perfect. Really love it. Then I'm going to have to do the sides as well. So I'm just letting that dry because it's kind of was unmanageable to actually just do the sides last night. So So you gotta do it in stages, whatever seems to be suitable, because it's such a long run. Yeah, there's a little bit I think I got with the paintbrush, so if you see anything you need to pull it out. But there again, it is a darkroom sink. Just needs to be solid and waterproof, and I'm pretty happy with it. It's going to be super strong. I can actually jump up and down inside that. Just look at Borat Pitt Lynn's video on that one. So I'd like to point out that I used quite a lot of webbing here. I didn't need to use so much, but if you get to this point, I would actually paint the sides here in one go. I didn't, and that actually caused quite a bit of a trouble for me, and I ended up cutting along the edges. Now this whole wood construction is completely waterproof anyway, but what's most important is the seams along the bottom and the sides, which I went further to put filler with the West System 404, but if I was to do it again, I think I would have gone further up the sides here, but that's what you learn from doing stuff yourself. In the end of it all, I'm very happy with what I made, and the sink is really working well for me. The whole edge of the sink here, you can see, is all truly sealed. All the sides are done. I put some color in the epoxy because I like this kind of black color. You can put a color in your epoxy if you like as well. So West Systems has this filler 406, and you can see here, this is the peanut butter consistency. That's what you want to use. I'll leave a link to this video in the description. So I've come to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you've got something out of it. Do leave some comments down below or any questions you may have. Darkroom spaces tend to be kind of very personal because they're suited to your own workflow, how you want to work, and what kind of photography, whether it's alternative, traditional, lit printing, whatever you're doing, that kind of dictates how you want to work, because it's your own personal space and you kind of lock yourself away. And certainly for me, that's important. So whatever your space is, enjoy it. And if you need a sink, well, I hope this video helps. Maybe not as large as this sink, or maybe just a simple sink with 2 taps on it will do the job from IKEA. But whatever you do, make artwork. That's really what's important, and that's what it's about. And enjoy it, and enjoy your darkroom, whether it be in a wardrobe, whether it be in a garden shed, whatever it is, it doesn't matter, as long as you're using your hands to put images onto paper. What more do you want? So that's it. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you on the next one. Hopefully I won't be so long, but you know, it's summer, it was hot. I'm going off to the flea market now, and hopefully I'm going to find some analog bargains. That's my plan anyway for this Sunday morning. Goodbye.